Chair, our next question comes from Michael Sanderson. Please make your way to the nearest microphone to ask your question.
Right, cycle through. I compliment the bank on the way they're running the meeting. It works well compared to other banks, getting the business out of the way and the questions at the end. Two questions. Given Macquarie's top-tier seat at the Prime Minister's recent diplomatic banquet in Beijing, alongside the usual mining magnates from Fortescue, BHP and Rio Tinto, can the board explain how this latest green transition initiative, Junket, meaningfully advances shareholder value beyond expanding the influence of institutional carpetbaggers in Asia? Considering this was a mission led by the Labor Party, a party historically rooted in the Labor movement, it was a mission that was free of union leaders and working Australians. Does the board see any reputational risk in Macquarie's role in what it appears to be a crony capitalist-only club? And can you enlighten the meeting on what intelligence was learnt about low-carbon energy?
Well, look, I think if the CEO of the company is asked to accompany the Prime Minister of the country on an international visit of that nature, the CEO usually would feel they were obliged to go, and the board would be highly supportive of that. As to what was learned there, I wasn't there, so I'm going to have to ask my colleague.
I can make a few comments. I think what the government took as their view that we heard was that China is our biggest trading partner by daylight for Australia. It's about 30% of our exports, it's low 20% of our imports, but it's also a massive country and there's a lot more opportunity for Australia to engage with China in the areas that it engages in. They're not necessarily carbon addressing areas at the moment. We export LNG, coal, iron ore, and then education, if you call that the green one of the three, but we're exporting mostly commodities to China, and I think the government is trying to uplift that trade to more services, etc., as the consumer sector in China grows. We were asked to come and meet our business counterparts, so as Glenn says, we were doing what we could to help the country by going up there and engaging. We have a lot of our own counterparts in China that we've been dealing with for a very long time, so we use the opportunity of that visit to see a lot of other people that we've worked with for many, many years in Beijing, both helping investment into China, but also helping a lot of the Chinese investment, the savings invest with our asset management and our Macquarie Capital team around the world. So as Glenn says, it was considered a very important initiative for Australia. We were there to support the country on that, but also our own business to business. If unions wanted to go up and engage with counterparts, I'm sure just like we do it ourselves all the time. We've been investing in China since 1992, I think, and we've been getting up there and doing it ourselves. So it wasn't like the government was there helping our business.
Did you have another question, sir?
Well, I just my last thing was in relation to low carbon energy. Was there any engagement? Because obviously that was a key part of that junket.
That's your second question, so in China?
In China.
Not my second question, I'm just trying to clarify the end of my first.
As I said, I was not aware of it being a green energy related trip.
So you didn't visit the new nuclear plant, the only molten salt reactor in the world?
Let's get to the second question, please.